42-yard line of the Trojans. So North's going to start out in Trojan territory. Blackmore with the handoff and some running room over to that far side. Nice block over there. And number 34, Clayton Williams, a senior, actually listed as a wide receiver. Nice run though, and that moves the chains. First down for the Vikings. And they're going to place the ball at the 22-yard line. Andrew Blackmore, the senior QB out there. Handoff coming around to this near side. And again, man, he's got some blockers in front of him into the end zone for Clayton Williams. And you know, he had some real good blocking there. So both runs by Clayton here, he had a flotilla of blockers out in front of him there. And on this one, North Kitsap scores first, putting 6 on the board here in the first quarter at the 7:07 mark. So North will attempt the PAT. Colton Bauer, who is only a freshman, will be kicking. So 2 good runs by Clayton, thanks to a bunch of really good blocking by the men in front of him. And that one ain't going anywhere. So it's 6-0 in favor of North Kitsap at the 7:07 mark here in quarter number 1 up in Paulsbo at Viking Stadium. And I think we are now live on the internet.
Thanks to Casey, we are, Doc. He is here.
Casey Pregardner.
He has come to the rescue. He has this big S on his chest, and it was very cool.
Superman.
And the really good news is I think that touchdown made it out on the internet, so that was kind of the first thing that they got to see.
All right, and of course that other voice is my partner, Kitty Campagna, and Casey Pregardner now on the camera, and we got the stream up going.
We do, and I think he even corrected the size of the picture and all those kind of good things for me. We were so close, Doc, and I didn't watch him while he was doing it because I was concentrating on the camera.
Yeah. All right, Kitty. Uh-oh, Olympic fumbles it on the 10, picks it up, and they're not going to get much further. Maybe out to the 15.
Alex Gladwell with the tackle. Ball will be placed right at the 15.
Well, so far, Kitty, as you have seen on the camera,
I have.
The
it's a kind
North
of
Kitsap Vikings have done a pretty good job.
Well, North comes in here, as you talked about, they had lost to Squim, but that was a 2-point loss early in the season, and I think it has done nothing but gel this huge group of seniors, if you saw how many went out there as captains tonight.
All right, first down for the Trojans. Gillick with the handoff over to number 2, Darrell White, and Darrell who's going to pick up, let's see if it's enough for that first. It's going to be real close.
Very nice article about Darrell by Jeff Graham this week, talking about how they've always wanted to use him in as many ways as they can, but if he were just total running back, he just isn't built for that. He can't take the pounding, but he is
Don't blame him on that
one.
No,
I'm not volunteering either, but he certainly can add some excitement to a game.
All right, second down, about 3.5, 4 to go. Pass, and it's complete out to the 30, the 35, missed tackle. And once again, Mr. Darrell White, excuse me, is going to make it out to almost the 40-yard line. First down, Olympic.
So, Doc, last week Zeke was hurt. So we got to see Anthony Turso, number 12, behind center. So whatever was going on with Zeke, he must be well enough or such that he really wants to play, because this is such an important game.
Well, Coach Sal Catavas for the Trojans, and of course Jeff Weiball coaching the Vikings. Oh, look out. Broke that corner there. Nice running by Malcolm DeWalt.
1 and 2 are just such huge weapons for this Olympic team. Last week they scored a lot of points, so they certainly can put it up on the board, but it is whether or not North Kitsap can stop them.
I like the way the Olympic has 1, 2, 3. They got Darrell, they got Malcolm, and they got Zeke.
They do have Zeke. They have a couple others, Josh.
I like that numbering.
Oh, that is true. I do like that. It makes it a little easier for us, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah, there's a handoff coming around to this near side. And, whoa, North Kitsap's going to run him out of bounds. It's going to be a pickup, though, of a couple on that one for... and now we have a late flag coming in.
John Jones made that tackle, and I saw an extra push out of bounds. As you said, that late flag, would have expected it a little bit quicker, but maybe they heard the conversation. And it goes against Olympic, which is surprising.
That kind of surprised me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that push.
Was the call out there. So that'll move the Trojans back after a good start to this series, but it's going to move them all the way back to their own. Let's see where they'll place it, 27-yard line.
Wow. Ooh, that's a painful
that
penalty.
Sure is, man. Ooh. So again, they're going to come up with third down and 22 this time. It was 3rd and 21 on the last one. They got to quit shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, I think it was a reaction to that, and all they got was the second half of it as opposed to both parts.
Okay, Gillick looking for somebody to pass it to. Nobody open, so he's going to pull it down and run it out to the 30. Ran out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. But that's going to be 4th down and still a good 15-16 to go.
Zeke not known for running too often. I think when I'd looked at his stats, they were actually negative for the rushing. So he may have brought himself out of the negatives, but that was really all he had. So it's a good decision on his part.
Yep. So once again, Olympic will have to punt away. Josh Kennedy out there. 2 receivers for North back at about the 35. And that's just about where they pick it up at, 33-yard line. And they'll run it back out to about the 46-yard line.
Jones had a good week. I don't know about last week, but the week prior to that, he was actually named the Kitsap Sun Player of the Week.
Well, we saw, I don't know if you did, but I saw John play quarterback for a while in that...
the first time when you and Dave did one up here.
Well, when I did one by myself.
Oh, that was you, all by yourself. That was it. I think I abandoned you.
I think that was a 56-0 or something like that.
One of those close ones.
You guys had one. You and Dave had another one.
Similar against North Mason, and he had, I think, 1 or 2 snaps.
All right, first down for North. Oh, nice!
I saw this.
A good pickoff. Oh, man,
play.
Still on his feet. Number 10 along the sideline. Nobody's going to catch Adam Johnson. And he can give a lot of congrats to Zeke Gillick for the tip job.
Doc, I just saw last night in the Miami-Houston game one that went that way for the offense. It hit one of the receivers, flew up, and came down to the second guy farther. They gained an extra 10 yards on it, and this is just one that worked for the defense.
Boy, oh boy, nice job by number 10 for the Olympic Trojans, Adam Johnson.
Johnson had an awesome game last week against Bremerton, and he seems to be taking that momentum into this evening.
You and Dave saw that one. We brought it to you, Bremerton versus Olympic.
It was a great game, Doc.
Uh-oh, off the...
Oh, but it's good.
It went through, it hit the upright. But unlike most of the Seahawks field goals or PAT attempts that hit the upright, this one went through.
And that gives them the lead, Doc.
That's right. The Trojans up by 7-6. Now, we talked about the North Kitsap team pretty solidly in second place in the Olympic League, but Olympic and PA get some work cut out tonight to decide who's going to be 3 and 4.
Oh, absolutely. We know that PA is playing North Mason tonight, so that is extremely huge.
And
it is.
Go ahead.
It's North Mason at Port Angeles.
And Squim's at Bremerton tonight.
Correct. So if Squim beats Bremerton, Bremerton's gone. They're out of the whole picture. But if they don't, then it really gets crazy.
Well, if Bremerton beats Squim, and if North wins, they will have the same record, but Squim beat
Correct.
North.
And then we're going to run into that in the 3 and 4 positions because if North Mason wins and Ole loses tonight, they lost to North Mason 51-47. So I would assume the head-to-head would then put North Mason in 3, Ole in 4. But if PA, Ole beat PA, so
we'll see, won't we?
What Ole wants to do is just win tonight, and that way they don't even have to worry about all that. They would have the number 2. Because they would beat North Kitsap.
Oh, that's correct. You're right. If they win tonight,
correct,
they would beat North. You're absolutely right on that one, which would give North 2 losses in the regular season, and I don't know if I can remember back that far.
I don't think you can, Doc. We have number 45 down for North Kitsap. That is Alex Glidewell.
Senior out there.
They have the coolest things down there with the pictures of the seniors that are on quality canvas. I assume they all get to take them, and each of them are supported by a business here in North Kitsap. So extremely cool, and Glidewell being one of those seniors.
Well, of course, our AD up here, Mr. Matt Stanford. Coach Weibel's out there checking on Glidewell. And Alex is sitting up. Uh-oh, he's going to take a couple of big guys to help him off. And he's not putting any weight on that right leg. In fact, he's not putting any weight in hardly any leg.
No, that's number 4, Blake Westison, and 75, who I don't have listed. Anyway, or 79 who's out there. Austin Sardiff helping him off.
So that's going to bring up first down for the Vikings. The ball at the Viking 43-yard line. And we are partway through this first quarter, 5:32 to go in quarter number 1. Happy to have all you folks live on the stream tonight for live Friday Night Football, thanks to the KitsapSun.com.
And Casey Pregartner, thanks to him for he was working this evening and hustled here as soon as he got off, so that worked out quite nicely for us.
And Jeff Graham, we saw him down on the field earlier. Andrew Blackmore didn't like the looks of things, so North Kitsap's going to call a timeout. Can you believe it's the end of the season, Kitty?
No.
Regular season?
No. I mean, for instance, we've not had a day where it's rained. Maybe you did. Maybe you had one. I don't think so.
Well, it was
and I thought
getting
tonight was
close.
gonna. It just has been a incredibly beautiful season as far as weather goes,
Yep.
and then we've got a whole bunch of good football as well.
And that loss that North Kitsap had to Squim was up in Squim. It wasn't down here in Paulsbo.
And as I said, I think that I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, it might be better, obviously. The number 1 seed does have if they win their first game, they have a better seed going into the next round. But I think that it really woke up these guys in purple, and they went,
And then they started beating people by 50 or 60
did.
points.
They got a little serious about it after that.
Yeah. All right, first down for the Vikings. The ball is at their own 43-yard line. And Blackmore with the
That's
pitch
Kahana.
out. Kahana picking up some yardage. 6 foot 225 senior.
And a flag.
And it's at the 45. Hold against North Kitsap.
Well, that will give them first and like about 8. It's because it'll move them back from the point of the hold.
So it'll move them back 10 to their own 45, and they started on their own 43.
So that's a
2-yard pickup.
2-yard pickup on a penalty.
Unfortunately, it gets rid of a nice run by Isaac.
It does. That was a really pretty run. Some great blocking, as you've been pointing out, what we're seeing from these teams.
Okay, here we'll be first down again, down replayed. 1st and 8. Quick handoff, and there's some good D there. Limiting to a yard or 2.
Number 12, Terso, the last one to end up as part of that Olympic pile. There were 3 guys bringing them down.
Yes. And one of them also was Ethan Keller in there.
Ethan Keller, gee, what a surprise. He has 42 tackles on the year.
Oh, my goodness.
Leads the team in sacks, or is tied with 3 sacks with Ben Brickett. But someone actually has more tackles. That's number 25, Taylor Andrews, with 72.
Okay, 2nd down and 6. Blackmore's rolling out, has an open receiver. 1st down and some extra yardage. I do not see a yellow flag this time.
That's Solis with the catch.
So that moves the Vikings into Trojan territory.
And the band seems to like that.
Let's put it at the 38-yard line.
Another really good crowd. I always like coming up to North Kitsap just to see the people who've come out for it. Olympic brought quite a few from their end of town, too.
Coming around this near side. Look out, Mr. Clayton Williams. And he had a couple of beautiful runs in that offensive set that North originally scored on.
And I believe he is the one who scored, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
186-footer, senior out there, and move those chains. Ball at the 24-yard line of the Trojans. And we have 4:12 left to go in the first quarter. Blackmore under center. It's a fakeroo there. A double handoff, Kitty.
You may be the only person in the world who uses the term fakeroo, but
isn't that an official football term?
I think it is, Doc.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's maybe Australian, though. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I have to admit, I thought it was the first guy, and then I thought, no, wait a minute, it's that next guy.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people in there, but it will result in a pickup of about 2.5 for the Vikings. Ball just outside the 20.
John Jones came in, and he is at quarterback right now.
All right. And again, a handoff, but this time there's no fakeroo on Olympics in because number 21, Cameron Bailey, was in the backfield.
Bailey read that.
Man,
and,
he sure did.
Yeah, no one was going to get past him.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10, so it's a loss of about 3 on that one for the Vikings. Third down.
That's full start.
Oh, boy. And there's the yellow hanky. We had the Olympic coaches next door.
They told us, didn't they? False start. And they were correct.
Absolutely correct. So that'll move north back. Replay the 3rd down, but now it's going to be 3rd and 15. And I don't know that they had a field goal kicker, but certainly not from this distance.
Not from this distance, Doc. I don't think so.
So probably 2 down territory here for the Vikings. 3rd and about 15 as the ball is moved back to that 27.
With about 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter, and suddenly we have an official's timeout.
Okay.
I guess
it's a North Kitsap timeout.
And I think what probably Coach Weibel's talking about exactly what you just said. It is 2 down territory. You see if you can break at least about half of that amount and see what you can do with it. Make it manageable.
Yep, that's what you need to do at that point, of course, but we will see what they end up with.
So, Doc, we just got an update. Bremerton leads Squim 6-0. So,
and you know, that game is live on BKAT tonight. Jay Montgomery and the Bremerton video program doing that. So we got 2 live Friday night games.
You got to have enough devices that you can watch them both.
That's right.
If you got your phone, you can be watching us, and you might have an iPad or a computer. Yeah.
And that cable access system. Oh, the old screen.
Number 2 finding his way around the blocks.
It's going to go inside the red zone down to about the 18-yard line. Yep. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of the screen at this level, but that one worked pretty good.
Someone's down again. That was Colton Bauer with the carry.
Oh, man. Yeah, we can't see. I can't see the number.
Ooh, I think they have called parent down.
Yep. I still can't see the numbers, so we don't know who it is that's down.
Oh, it is Bauer down, we believe.
And one of the coaches out there, or maybe that's his dad.
Helmet has come off. This does not look good, Doc.
Nope. Well, beautiful night for football, Kitty.
It is. But just something like this, you take a deep breath.
And George Edgar from the Sun was down on the field earlier. George, is it slippery down there?
No, not to me.
Okay. George says the field's good. Good shape. And number 4, Blake Whitstien was the one that was there kneeling over his buddy.
Just a whole group of people around him. And as usual, just such a quick response by everybody. The gurney is being brought out.
And unlike Olympic, it looks like they're going to take the player to the ambulance instead of the ambulance coming on the field. We saw that a few weeks back at Olympic. Well, it's always too bad to see a person injured in any sport.
Colton is only a freshman from what I'm looking at here, 6 foot 185, and he's a QB and LB and a kicker, so a multi-talented young gentleman, and obviously a runner as well.
And yeah, he was the kicker, wasn't he, on that last PAT? Need to get some of those soccer guys playing football in the fall for that kicking duty.
I do see movement for sure.
Well, that's good, but the way they're bringing things out, it fortunately looks like something may be broken. But
Yes.
I'm not a doctor,
No,
only on TV.
Just on
kidding.
TV, Doc. But my name is Doc. Exactly.
So anyway, let's hope everything is going to be okay for the young man. And no matter what happens, North Kitsap will be playing in the postseason. Next round should be that first round of the West Central Districts.
That is correct, Doc. I have the little bracket right here.
Now, if North wins this game and comes in second in the league, will they get a home game?
They will get a home game.
Okay.
And they'll play SPSL number 5.
Okay.
The number 1, and that will give a number 6 seed going into the next setup. The Oli number 1 will play SPSL number 7, and whoever wins that gets a number 3 seed.
Which looks like it's going to be Squim.
It depends.
You never know.
I think you are correct. Even if they lose tonight, it would, well, but then you'd have the Olympic question. But Squim beat everybody except for possibly Bremerton.
And you know, I did that. I don't know if it was me and Dave or who. We did that Squim Oli game. And Oli played Squim right tight in that whole first half.
Right.
But it was that second half where Squim started moving out and taking that 14-point lead.
Just makes for a...
Yeah, looks like they're pumping up that inflatable splint.
Oh, they obviously knew immediately that it was pretty serious and got people out there.
Well, as I said, number 4, Blake Wetston, was hanging there with him until the training crew got out there. Coach Weibel.
And their athletic trainer is Julie Leslie. The assistant is Shauna San Nicholas, and their team physician, Stacy Kessinger.
And, you know, the North Kitsap Career and Technical Education Program runs a training program in CTE for people that are interested in potentially going on to make training, athletic training, a career or something similar.
Well, and they, quite often those people are athletes who, from other sports that I've seen, who come out and learn that training, which is not a bad idea because you have a better concept of how to take care of yourself and how to help out if there are injuries on your team.
Coach Weibel right out there. And looks like the paramedics are going to lift the young man onto the gurney. No, they definitely got that left leg in a splint. Right leg.
It's the other left, as they say, Doc.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the young man at least is raising his head, and they've got him kind of in a sitting position, so that part of it's okay. And of course, like you said, they had to remove the helmet, and they've removed the pads and whatnot. And tough loss for the North Kitsap Vikings. And the crowd gives him a good hand as he is moved over towards the ambulance.
Yep, and his teammates coming out to talk to him just enough right before he goes.
Well, that is at the 1:58 mark here in quarter number 1, and it's a 7-6 lead for the Olympic High Trojans. Ball will be placed at the 19-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down for North and a long 6, or a long 5, close to 6. And Bauer was listed as a kicker, so
Exactly.
they will be going for it.
They might. My guess is you don't just have one.
Is there another
they have
K?
They have Kean Doherty, who number 41, who is also listed as a kicker.
Okay, yep.
And you just never know who might get that job at this point.
Well, North's going to go for it. 4th down and about 5.5, 6 to go for that first.
So the Kitsap Sun also had an article about going for 4th down. It was college. They said Army is well known for it. They would get it 88% of the time.
Jones with the handoff.
And I think he might be...
And that's Clayton. Once again, it's going to be very
First down.
close. Oh, he just made it to that 1st down marker. Wow, that was close.
They must have borrowed the Army philosophy on that particular one.
So the ball's going to be placed at the 13-yard line.
Trojans, Vikings 1st and 10 on their 13. Excuse me, on the Olympic 13.
And they still got Jones out there, QBing, puts the man in motion.
24
Pitch
on the
out.
outside.
Oh, man, Clayton Williams.
Riley Solis, Doc,
Yeah.
I think. Oh, you're right. You're
It
right.
was Clayton, so that's 2 for Clayton.
That is 2.
So
Boy, the
far.
senior just having a night.
He is so far 2 TDs for Clayton Williams, and that puts another 6 on the board for the Vikes. 1:31 left to go in this first quarter, and it does look like they're going to be,
Well, I think they'd go for 2 anyway, or possibly, since they missed their first
that
one.
first PAT. And they're over on the other side of the field there, loading Bauer into the ambulance. Okay, it's going to be PAT for 2 attempt by the Vikings. Man in motion. Jones has got it. He's going to keep it. Ducks in, and it is good. The PAT for 2 puts him back on that 7 mark. 14 now to 7 for the Vikings. And you know, John Jones at 6'2", 195 senior, he and Blackmore 6'3", 190 senior. Those are 2 pretty good quarterbacks.
Well, Blackmore coming, we've seen a lot of him over the years, and each of them always having to kind of wait their turn because there's someone so good. But Coach willing to switch him tonight a little bit and see what he can get out of both of them.
Well, and you can see why after that injury.
Yes.
You know, you never know at any moment one or the other may go down and the other guy becomes your starting quarterback.
So the new kicker, or at least I have him, I don't know if I have him on my list. This is 48. I do not have this gentleman on.
We got 47 and 49.
We do.
And it goes out of bounds. Let's see, about the, well, it'll be about the 18 or 19, but because it went out, it will move it out to the 30. Actually, the 35.
I think so. That's what was in my head anyway.
Yep, you're correct. 35-yard line is where the Olympic Trojans will take over. And we've got 1:31 left to go in number 1 up here at Vikings Stadium.
This first quarter seems to have gone extremely long. I realized we had the injury.
Yeah, the injury.
Even beyond that.
Okay, Gillick goes to the air.
To the wrong team.
And pretty much wide open foot race into the end zone. And Blake Whetstone, says Danny Wheaton.
Oh, I thought that was Aiden Alsop with the number 44. Number 4?
So North Kitsap puts another score on the board here in the first quarter. And once again, Kitty, they're going to line up for the 2-point attempt at the conversion. And, well, now there is a flag down there.
The penalty marker is picked up.
Yep, there we go. Now the man in stripes appears to be picking up that yellow flag. Well, that took 9 seconds.
It did.
So, again, the Vikings will, looks like, go for, well, who they got back there?
That same number 48.
The unknown 48.
Luca Laura.
Okay, Luca Laura puts it right through the uprights as far as I can see. And the men in stripes agree. So here, with still time to play in this first quarter, North Kitsap 21, Olympic 7. Still 1:20 left to go here in this first quarter, Kitty.
Well, just such a turn of events right here that North Kitsap, first of all, making that first down with 4th and 5, and then taking it into the end zone for the score, and that quick interception just demoralizes you. You're going...
and the interception, it was like, you know, where else was going to be thrown to accept the Viking
He
player?
was pretty much the most open of the people in that area.
He sure was. Wow.
Just one of those underthrown moments, and we know that Gillick was dealing with some injuries last week, so whether or not that might have something to do with, you know, arm strength or setting himself for the pass, all those could be possibilities.
And Laura kicking off. Picked up at about the 24-yard line. Fake handoff.
DeWalt still has it.
Look out. Malcolm DeWalt takes it out to about the 40-yard line.
That's a great fake, and that he was going to hand it off to White, because just as scary, White, when he has the ball.
Either one. So they're going to place it at the 38-yard line. First down for the Trojans here with 1:12 left to go in quarter number 1. Gillick back there puts the man in motion. Hands off to his running back, who moves out to about the 40. That's DeWalt. Number 1 is Malcolm. Number 2 is Durrell. And I believe they're also both track stars.
They are. Durrell having done really well and unable to participate last year, I bet this year as a senior, he's looking forward to that.
That's going to be a pickup of a couple yards. Second down at 8. And it's a
Wide open.
Wide open at the 30, down to the 20, the 10. And let's see, did he get in? He
did.
Sure did. Number 1, Malcolm DeWalt. I think everybody was looking to see where Durrell was going.
They
Malcolm
did.
was wide open in the center of the field. So Olympic putting the 6 on here. This does seem like a long first quarter, doesn't it?
So Doc, that one took about a minute.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Absolutely. Yes, it has been a long first quarter.
So Olympic will attempt a PAT. Josh Kennedy is their kicker. Held by DeWalt.
That one's not going to make it through.
No, it is not. So 13 on the board for the Trojans, and the North Kitsap Vikings up by 8, 21-13 with 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Well, coming into tonight, I have Josh Kennedy with 19 of 23 on his PATs, so now he's 20 of 25, which
That's
isn't
pretty
bad.
good.
Absolutely.
4/5, about
Yeah.
80%.
Yeah, but that one just not with enough elevation, and you could also tell a lot of those purple jerseys were coming in on him.
Well, the Trojans putting some points on the board. They're not going away, Kitty.
No, and that doesn't surprise me. We watched them against Bremerton last week, and every time they got behind, it was, hey, let's just get back out there, get this back, see if we can get a little bit closer. And, you know, there's a lot of fight in this team and a lot of talent.
As I said earlier, too, they played Squim completely even in that first half. And it was the second half where Squim took the advantage and took the lead to win that contest against Olympic a few weeks back. Oh, that's a good kick. Down to about the 14-yard line. Picked up by the Vikings. And run back out to about the 33-yard line.
Ooh, there now a flag. You should have seen how high he threw that baby up. That run back was Jones. But some extracurriculars out about the 45.
After the play.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what the actual call was back. There's our man in the white hat. Uh-oh. It's against North. That's going to move him back.
That's a dead ball personal foul. That was interesting because I looked up at those two, and it was as if one had pancaked the other, and so something about after that was not good.
As you said, it's usually, there is more than one usually in an incident like that, as we well know from basketball.
Oh, yeah. And in the words of Dan Whedon, that was bad.
Well, it was bad for the Vikings, yes, indeed. Moves them all the way back to their own 19-yard line after a pretty decent run back.
Good news is they will start 1st and 10.
And Blackmore's back in there. They're going to... Oh, man, out to midfield. And Kahana's been getting the ball a lot tonight for the Vikings.
What a original hole to come through.
Those
and then
big guys are opening it up.
He shed a tackler or two and then carried several yards.
That'll be first down out at midfield. And we are at the end of quarter number 1. And the North Kitsap Vikings lead the Olympic High Trojans 21-13. Here we go, the beginning of the second quarter at Paulsbo in Nose Count. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr for West Sound TV. Campagna on the other microphone, Casey Pre-Gardner on that camera. GOTW. Oh. Here you go, Kitty.
Hey, Doc.
Now we can hear you.
Now you can hear me. So best to just turn my mic off. That's okay. I'm offended in the least. I do that to announcers all the time. But as you can see, Williams still, it doesn't matter which way he's supposed to run, right, left, or north, south, whatever, he's still liking that ball.
Man, he sure has had a good game.
And then that was followed up by a personal foul on Olympic. It's gotten a little chippy out there. Those guys are wanting to play hard, and I think they just hit him out of bounds a little late.
Well, that's going to move it down to the, it looks like 21, 22 yard line for North Kitsap. First down and 10 to go for our first as we begin the second quarter. Oh, nice handoff. Look out. Oh, man. There's a flag out again there. Man. Let's see what that flag is.
Looked like the ball might have gone out of bounds at some point there.
No block in the back, Kitty.
Ah.
And it's against North.
May have been part of why he kind of stopped running. I'm not sure. That was interesting, but I think the ball actually got away from him.
Yeah, why the ball went out of bounds, out of the runner's hands. So that'll move North back to the 21, 22 yard line, which is just about the original line of scrimmage. It'll be first down again.
Deja vu all over again. Time to see if they try that play. Found it interesting that Williams was lining up, as you said, he's listed as a receiver, and he was out here on the right last. There's Kahana looking for the hole.
To Isaac, and this time the OED is. Yeah, let's see, I think the big guy, number 72. Bruce Lalu, 6'1", 300-pounder.
Yeah, exactly. That is one. That's why you went with
hard to
big
go through.
guy.
Yeah.
Trent Feisner, not quite as full. Didn't look like it.
Really tighten up out there.
Yeah, the scary part on that one was it was
third down now for the Trojans. Back at their own 16.
Oh,
you mentioned he had played. Nope.
And we've seen him play quarterback. He is playing defensive quarterback because he was arranging
Into Trojan territory down to about the 38-yard line. And all right, first down for the Vikings. And the ball is at the Trojan, let's say.
Blakemore's not been out there for a while.
We've seen this before, though.
Blackmore, sorry.
Blackmore. And that time Jones attempted a pass that was out of bounds. And, you know, Andrew...
it almost looked like he was trying to catch from hitting what was there. And I think they did hit someone on the sideline.
No.
They have people around him again.
I can't see who it is that's down on the sideline. And it's going to back to the line of scrimmage at the 38.
Yep. We'll continue play, or maybe not, as to what was on that end of the field and why.
Second down and 10.
There is I think a wheelchair down there that may have been part of what people ran into.
And Williams with the run out for a first, should be close to a first down. They're going to, looks like, spotted at the 29. So 3rd and 1 now for the Vikings.
Williams with 9 carries, 115 yards already, and 3 touchdowns.
Third down now for North.
Still got it.
Oh, John still got it. He's going deep. He's got an open receiver, but the defense came in at just the last minute there. And guess who? Darrell White.
Yeah, and I will actually give Wetson credit for breaking that up because White had the better shot at it.
He sure did. Yep. So that's going to bring up 4th down and a short yard for the Vikings to go for a first down.
North Kitsap with a 28-13 lead and 8:35 remaining in this first half. They did a nice job of not getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Jones puts man in motion, holds on to it, and that's going to be a first down.
It was gold forward, absolutely.
That's right. I love that. Get behind those big guys up front at the QB. Yeah, put your head down and pick up that short yard.
Well, and we've seen Jones, he's not quarterback, having opportunities to run, and he knows what he's doing with that ball.
And he also plays a DB.
Yes.
And we've seen him in some good roles in that position. All right, first down now for the Vikings at the 25. Flag flies. Yeah, that will probably, we'll see that. All-Star against North.
That'll put them back 5 yards, and the type of things that you don't want to see your last game of the season.
Last regular season.
Right. Well, that is correct. It should not be the last game for either of these squads.
So first down and 15 now for the Vikings. Oh, down to about the 25-yard line, and it's Kahana again carrying it. That'll take them back to that original line of scrimmage.
North trying to really take control of this game before the half.
Second down and 10 for the Vikings.
He's still got the ball.
Jones with the pass complete and close to the 20.
That's Kahana with the reception.
Isaiah's been getting a lot of work tonight also.
Well, when you have that many weapons, you kind of want to use them all. We are being surrounded by emergency vehicles at this point. I believe that whoever was knocked down at this end, the spectator is also going to be taken away.
Training staff out there. Here we go, and oh, look out!
So Williams with the night was surprised they stopped him. Got to be a little bit hard to concentrate on the game down there when you have.
That's for sure. And Kahana that time did not pick up much.
That clock's running with the, when they're running the.
So let's see, its ball is at about the 6-yard line.
Williams Jones keeps it.
Oh,
Not
incomplete. That time for the Trojans. Third down goal to go.
Yeah, we know with the new, whether or not, how much he's practiced field goals, I'm sure he has. Through the middle.
Right up the middle once again. The Vikings.
Yep.
Putting another 6 on the board.
That time it's Kahana getting into the end zone.
And I don't think they have lockers, Eddie. They are open and wide open holes.
Yeah, you did not expect to see that. To make it look that easy when they had stopped them 3 times prior to that. Oh, just solid work by.
And Luca puts it through. Luca Laura puts it through. And that puts the Vikings 35-13 with a little over 5 minutes to go in this first half.
North absolutely dominating at this point. They decided to come and show all their different weapons. They, as we talked about, Williams having a great game tonight with the 3 touchdowns, but that run by Kahana as well. And I'm liking Jones back there, number 11. He's done a really good job handling quarterback, doing the fakes on the handoffs, and looking for some open receivers as well.
Well, so far, North Kitsap's doing what they need to do. The Trojans, though, need to quit shooting themselves in their own foot.
Well, we have seen
interceptions, penalties.
Oh, we've seen penalties on both sides for sure. Maybe they've just heard Olympic a little bit more. Olympic has some scary guys out there with both DeWalt and Darrell White. So if they are to this is where they've excelled in being able to do run backs and getting a lot of yards for their team.
Man, that'll go down, be picked up at about the 17, 18-yard line. Oh, there's some running room for the Trojans, almost out to midfield. Trent Feistner.
Feistner, just a sophomore, but he's done some good things for this team. He's kind of one of those where if I can't use either of my seniors, we'll try Feistner tonight.
Well, we got 5 minutes and a little bit more, 5:24 to go here in this first half, and it's a 35-13 lead for the Vikings. But the Trojans got pretty good starting position there at their own 49-yard line, first down. Oh, look out!
Oh, no.
Oh, man! And
Nobody's got it yet.
Oh, man!
I think it's North.
I think so too, and that's what the men in the stripes say. Finally, I mean, they knocked the ball over the field on that one. I think that was Hernandez.
Well, it was 24 who had it for a minute. And then he did his own juggling act, and it eventually ended up in the hands of the Vikings.
Oh, boy. And again, just what I had said earlier, the Olympics got to quit shooting themselves in their own foot.
Certainly that was not what the plan was on that. They'd done such a nice job on the run back and situating themselves with good field position.
All right, first down for North Kitsap, deep in Trojan territory. Blackmore back in at QB.
He finds
completes
Kahana.
the pass. And let's see, I haven't seen if he got in or not.
He went out at the 2.
Okay.
Or the 1.
Right.
Right in there, I saw the referee stomp on there and say, nope, you didn't get the end zone.
1 yard line. First down, goal to go for the Vikings. And wow, they've had a pretty strong first half.
I would have to agree with that, Doc. They have capitalized is one of the things that they've done really well, and they are making their own opportunities, which you're not seeing on the Olympic side.
First and goal to go at the 1 yard line. It's a pitch
There's
out.
Kahana.
And got it. Obama.
Pretty sure I've never seen anybody slow down. It's like, okay, that's all I needed. Really not going to put out any more energy. Exactly. But he deserved that opportunity since he had that nice pass reception part of that.
And Jones is the whole
Time that is against Olympic. Leave it.
where it's at.
What we're used to. We're already set up. Let's do it from here.
Yep. I don't know if that yard or two would help. Need to be the kick right through the uprights. And 42 on the board here in this first half for the North Kitsap Vikings. 13 for the Trojans. And we have 5 minutes left to play.
We still have 5 minutes. Like you said, Doc, just amazing.
Yep.
And they are now taking off the spectator. I didn't see who it was, and I don't think I'd know if I did.
No.
So,
It was a person in a wheelchair
or near the wheelchair,
electric
possibly.
wheelchair. No, the chair is down there.
Okay.
Empty now, and we certainly hope he's okay.
But obviously, the whole training staff down there, that these training staffs have been busy this evening.
They sure have.
And I've been trying to find Blackmore on the sideline and have not, Doc. So I have a feeling.
Well, he was out. He was just out there in that last series.
15 was.